Right, chaps, we are back in sub-Saharan Africa. It's been a very long time since I played in sub-Saharan Africa. Obviously, I played the last game in Tunis, which is weirdly enough in Africa. But today, we are starting off as Messina. Messina, we are going to form Mali with and then attempt to dominate this region, hopefully going after Sokoto. Now, it's interesting because we can't access anyone without colonization. So that is going to be a big part of our strategy. This is also the only nation that can form Mali that has resources. In fact, let me show you. So we have a coal mine and a sulfur mine, right? If I switch to one of these nations, they have nothing. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very, very difficult playthrough. We are also, I believe, going to start as isolationist, which means we can't import anything. So we have no wood. So we can't create tools because that requires, you know, wood. We're gonna have to be a completely agrarian society for a little while, and I'm gonna try and force through some reforms. However, we have basically comparable literacy with Tunis. All right, let's get this going. So all of this stuff here is basically irrelevant to us. So as military, we just need to figure out how to import stuff. We need to get away from isolationism as soon as possible. So we need to invent international trade. Where's international trade? Ah, there we go. All right, that's the first thing we need to do. So we need to get away from serfdom. Oh, God. We don't have any peasants. We don't have any peasants. None. Not a single one. We don't have any rural folk. We're screwed. What am I supposed to do? Okay, well, let's just try and boom our economy, I suppose. Just get a bunch of grain and fabric. Wait, can we use fabric? We can have some form of industry, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need tools to create clothes. This is going to be good. All right, do we have an excess of fabric? We do. We have 5 fabric. Let's just build clothes immediately and use that to benefit our populace. Let's also drop taxes and just see what we can do. I'm gonna get well, there's no point getting construction sector because, oh, fabric and wood, we don't have any wood, so yeah. Well, no, we do have some subsistence orchards. Maybe if I create more of a demand of wood, they'll create more of it on a subsistence basis. We just need people to stay in subsistence farms. So creating urban buildings is against what we're trying to do here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We need to get to also colonial resettlement as soon as possible. So we need to invent colonization. We can do that with the armed forces. So we don't need to go isolationism, get away from isolationism immediately. We bring the armed forces in. Just get all of these guys in government. Rural folk are here. What's this? A good shortage. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna work, is it? Okay, if we get all of them in here, we can definitely go down this route. So we need to invent colonization down this way. I think that's more important than international trade. So we're gonna switch over. All right, let's get the decrees going. Ah, you thought I'd forget, didn't you? Let's get social mobility in both these areas. Let's encourage the agricultural industry because it's the only thing we have, and that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and bolster the rural folk and hopefully get them into a position where we can eventually get rid of isolationism. We need to be careful of radicals because it doesn't say, but apparently, from what I heard, the number of radicals directly affects how effective your construction sectors are, which I guess makes sense. And I appreciate the fact that they've made it more involved because previously you could just completely ignore it. This is obviously on the new patch. But yeah, does make life trickier for yours truly. It is a waste though. Okay, I'm gonna go construction sectors again because they're so quick to build. Because it's still gonna be effective even though. Okay, our aristocrats are building cotton farm. Even though we have a input good shortage. Hand sewn clothes, we don't need anything for that. That'll give our people clothes. What else do we need now? We don't have any wood, that's fine. Liquor. But what I can do to provide liquor for my populace is this, right? Do we no longer, oh God, we no longer produce alcohol from farms. It's terrifying. Should we just get them like opium and stuff? Should we get, okay, you know what? Let's just get our population drugged up. Don't need tools for this. No, and Texas has been integrated into Mexico proper. We'll see how that one goes. Okay, cotton's being built by this lot, so that's fine. Uses slaves as laborers instead of tools. Okay, that's terrifying. Oh, it's only a 5% penalty. Well, we have coal and sulfur, so our explosives industry is going to be great, but up until that point, we're going to have nothing and no one. Around here, we need to see if there's any iron mines. Oh, okay, there's a logging camp in Mossy. What else do we have around here? Look, lend me your resources. Logging camp over here in Kong. Ah, we're going immediately south over here to Kabadugu because there's iron and logging camps, and that we can start to actually like industrialize with that. You know, if provided we can get here before the Europeans do, which might be rather tricky. Why? What happened on that day to just generate a bunch of you? Oh no. Standard of living slower than medium. Bro, I'm trying to get you stuff. Okay, what needs? Alcohol. Bro, we can't get any. Food industries. Okay, hang on. This is bold, but we're gonna create ourselves a supermarket. We don't have any wood or tools, but by God, can we make alcohol? All right, that should lower the cost of fabric at the very least. Although people don't seem to be wanting to be employed. Are they elsewhere? I know they're unemployed. People aren't being employed. This is apparently the #1 opium plantation in the world. Does no one want opium? Oh, no one wants opium. I know people want cotton though. We legit have a clear demand for it, but people aren't being employed. It's currently hiring, but no one's going there. We have 2 aristocrats. Forgive me for saying this, but don't we have slaves? Do we not have any? Could we not get some? We need wood, we need fabric, we need chairs. Please tell me you don't need tools for that. No, you do not. Because we have a cotton plantation. I don't really want to build more because it's not being utilized. I don't know why. Oh, and Prussia's getting taken out by someone. Yeah, somehow I feel like they're going to liberate Saxony. Did you declare this war against Austria? Bold. Apparently in settings, I can change the speed in which that happens. Like the map thing, which would be very useful. Map tooltip, map mode fade in. Show nudity. Is nudity in this game? Wait, let me... I'm on YouTube. Let me uncheck that. I didn't know. I've never seen... Why is that? Does anyone know why that is? Never seen any nudity in this game. Okay, so you need distillation. I haven't invented distillation. Okay, I can do that. After colonization, I'll invent distillation. There you go. So we can queue things up now, which is nice. Oh, Jesus. Christ. Of course, there's a flood in Mali. Look at that devastation. The radicals have decreased since their lands were flooded. It's rather surprising to me. Sahara Desert, Niger River, and malaria. This is not a good place to live. And yet 240,000 you do. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I haven't invented romanticism. I can't encourage you to come over here. Apart from maybe just like, hey, follow the river. Go towards, no, south. Go towards the water. Don't go into the desert. How about that, chaps? Far be it from me to tell you how to live your life, but that's probably a good idea. All right, let's see. Did you release? Yep, Westphalia is now released, and so is Saxony. Prussia is now a second-rate power. Are they actually? No, they're still a great power. Well, the Sikh Empire. Oh, they're fighting back. Go on, chaps. You can do it. Conquer Punjab. You attacked? You're going for Punjab? Oh, no, wait, hang on. Yeah, I misread it. Okay, yeah. You can do this. Oh, no, you basically already lost. Cool. Well, Brazil won, at least, so shout out to all the Brazilians. The Egyptians are fighting the Ottomans. God. A lot more dynamic now. I like that. Means I've got something to do whilst I'm waiting for buildings to be built. My GDP is somewhat the same as when we started. That's fine. 69th in the world. All right. Tobacco plantation. Why are you expanding that? Aristocrats are idiots. That's okay. We've unlocked an admiralty. Why? We don't have a coastline. How did we unlock an admiralty? Oh, it's Horthy. What's he doing here? Niche historical jokes. There we go. Niche historical jokes. For those who don't know, Horthy was an admiral of Hungary. You know, after the Second World War, after the First World War, Hungary being about this. Yeah. What? Austria's getting taken out by Brits because the Brits are trying to pop at Modena. Nice. So it's Britain versus France and Austria. Okay, what am I lacking? Fabric and grain. I want more grain because I am going to be forcing them to create alcohol. Ah, perfect. Colonial affairs. This is exactly what we wanted. We have an input shortage of cotton. But no one's working in the cotton fields. I don't get it. Also, we need wood for this. I completely blindsided that. So they're working over here in the tooling industry. They're creating 7 chairs, but they're not using cotton. I don't get it. I'm trying to encourage them into the. Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened, but now they get employed. Perfect. Oh, they're flocking to the fields. Perfect. Well, probably shouldn't say that given that they probably don't have a choice. Okay, well that's horrifying. Moving on. Okay, distillation soon. That'll be useful. 19.3% chance. We shall see. Ethics of exploitation. And we'll take it. Blessed are the meek. Please, I know we want to get rid of radicals versus increased loyalty. Now what we're missing now? Furniture and more millet. More grain. Do we have any livestock? Okay, we've got one. I'm gonna build another one of those because we're gonna need them later. Drop that down. Oh, we have colonial resettlement. That is very useful for me because I need to establish colonies down here. 5,000 days. Minus 90 from malaria. Why do we generate so little? 0.2 from 1 million per 0.10.1 million people, and that is 33 million. So they can still. So they have 33 times the amount. There should be 5,000 days. It's gonna grow our population more. We have 15,000 people here, so let's build a logging camp, an iron mine, and we can start getting tools. Those 15,000 people are going to be the most crucial citizens of this nation. It's just useful the game instantly gives you the first one. Because, yeah, we're going to be fighting for second in a lot of this. Oh, no. Leave them alone. We need more population. We only have 1 million people. That's why it's taking so long to resettle them. How do we get more people? By making the Lemma happy. If they're, like, super loyal, then they will give us, a higher birth rate. Yes. Okay, now we can give our people alcohol, even though they're sunny. Here's what we want to do. Pot stills, it's going to create liquor. We're going to need 25 sugar. Then we switch over to the rural side of things. Fig orchards. Do this in the right order. So we need logging camps first. Then we'll make a tooling workshop. This is the way. I want intensive agriculture because that will help us out. What else will help us out? International trade, potentially. I kind of want to stay, like, isolated. It'd be kind of amusing. What do I want to do next? Start incorporating the rural folks soon. That works. Let's do that. Start shifting to abolish serfdom. They're loyal, which gives us another 2% birth rate, which is kind of huge. That's helping immeasurably. All right, our first logging camp is about to be built. It's 15,000 people here. Go on, chaps. There we go. Get in here. We need more of you in here. How do I do green grass? Because that'll help also our colonization efforts. I'm trying to use, like, all of my brain here. Oh, it's an enlistment effort. Okay, right. I need romanticism. So after international trade, we need to go to romanticism. So go down the academia route. Okay, we're getting there, chaps. Purchasing, emancipation. Yeah, we don't need bureaucracy right now. About to cross 1 million GDP. Here we go, chaps. Any second. Yes! Alright, we've got international trade. Perfect. Still need more wood. Unfortunately, this is the only logging camp that we can afford, but we also don't have enough people. It's terrifying to see how close they're getting. How many years is 5,000 days? Off the top of my head, it's about 20 in there. So I need to get this going a bit quicker. That was very surprising. I didn't expect to get that soon. Okay, so now we just need romanticism. In the meantime, go for religious schools, which is rather inoffensive. I'm going to create an iron mine soon, and then from there we can create iron tools. Because we need to be efficient with our labor. We don't have that much population. 1.3 million gives us enough to work with. Oh, this one doesn't have malaria. That one doesn't have malaria. Okay, this is going to take 16,000 days. What's over here? Logging camps that were useful. What's over here? Logging camp and more logging camps. So this one's going to be more useful. More bang for our buck. And we get to conquer some people on the coast, which is going to be very useful for us. Don't think colonizing Kong is viable. What I wanted was that little province. To be fair, I get if I hold on to it. See, it's immediately got 30,000 people in there. And I get another logging camp. So I don't get one up here though, do I? What can I build here? I think this one's a bit useless because we don't get the province immediately. That's what I'm looking for. Another logging camp here. Look, is this an exploit? The question you should be asking yourself is, what is an exploit? You know, I personally wouldn't describe it as such, but that's fine. There's only like 40 people working here. How's our population doing? What needs are not being met? You need services, and you want porcelain. Okay, services I can provide for you. How do I do that? I don't have the ability to create glass. I can do that though. 10 more coal? Why is there such a lack of... Oh god, it's going to take a year to create coal mines. That's fine. We'll do that after... Do we have a tooling workshop, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's try creating demand for it. Religious schools is now a thing. Now, is it worth the 16,000 days? Because you got to remember, that's going to hurt. No, it's not. I know we're going to lose that province, but we're not realistically going to be able to do anything. It's worth having the 750 days here in a region that we can colonize. Now, same thing over here, but I've already built the logging camp here, so it is halved. Split between 2 colonies. I've already invested a lot of time into this. It's our only source of logs. It's also our only source of iron. So yeah, keeping that one there is kind of important. Alright, let's get another construction sector. I'm very impressed with how well we've done so far, if I might say so myself. The Ottomans are getting rinsed. What do they want? A Trabzon treaty port. Mate, they've already got Trabzon and some. Although the Austrians are helping you out, I suppose. Oh, and Mexico has ceded Texas to the United States of America. Italy formed rather quickly. I don't think I've ever seen a game where Italy hasn't formed. The construction sector. Just need more wood. Where's steel working then? Because apparently we need that. It's almost done. Okay. Alright, instead of going for romanticism immediately afterwards, let's go steel working, and then we'll go romanticism. Because we need more wood. I can get more wood if I have better production. How many people live in this little enclave? 20k? Alright, nice. This is rather painful, but it's slowly dragging onwards. Again, we need to be efficient with our resources. So the fact that we have a limited amount of coal and iron, so our limited amount of population means we need to use our coal line to create better tools, buildings, rural, urban. Let's get some gas streetlights. And we get some iron, and then we can then ease off of the wood side of things. Go straight for raw iron tools, which is not going to consume wood, which is going to be very important for us. It's a whole vicious cycle here. There we go. We're going to get another province in 30 days. How exciting. Do any of you guys have wood? Logging camps. Iron mines. Oh, the old part of the British though. Let us shift you to wrought iron tools, and let's shift you to sawmills. Should increase the amount of stuff we have. Get a decree. Why can't you get a decree for road maintenance? I haven't invented centralization first. Oh boy. Okay. So centralization, and then we'll go romanticism. Stop colonizing near me. Okay, iron's as good as it's gonna get. You, for some reason, aren't generating any income, and I can't imagine why. Apparently, liquor's so cheap. I want to get glassworks going. Don't build anything over here in Sahara Laith. Come on. Terrible idea. No, don't build in Eastern Mali. Okay, what are we missing? Grain and tool and workshop stuff. Furniture. None of that had anything to do with workshops, like. All right. So we need more grain. Build grain, and then we will build ourselves some furniture. Our only source of iron. We need to protect it. Okay. Tools have a lack of iron coming in. All right. That's centralization, and so from there we are. Oh, create a Mosque of Jinn. What does that do? Education access. How hard is it to create? 1,000. Oh, that's a lot. So encourage resource industry in those areas. Green grass I need romanticism for, but I can do this. So all the degrees very efficiently used. I'm just gonna wait for romanticism. We get another element of colonialism. Don't know why I didn't do that before. That'd have been very, very useful. Now, in order to form Mali, I need a couple of different provinces. Only 4 is needed. Segu and Carter. Where are Segu and Carter? Ah, those 2. So that's 1. Volta, Ossi and Kong, Okay, we've got to go after Adag. That's going to suck. Those are probably the 4 that I can go for. Susu, Mandinka, and Fujijalon. Where's Mandinka? Okay, we'll colonize Mandinka. So probably those ones, because the Mosin Kong one is probably partially taken over by the French. That was really irritating. The fact that amongst my population's demands, they want luxury clothes and tea. We don't have any silk. I don't know what silk is. We don't even have any tea plantations. What do you want about? What's wrong with you? We can go dye workshops later on. How much is that going to need? I'm going to need 5 dye. All right, we get romanticism, and then we shift over to getting the Laith. Then we can get ourselves some dye. But why are you building it there? I swear to God. You idiots. You idiot aristocrats. Oh, you dumb bastards. So the reason I need romanticism is that I can shift my laws over to agrarianism, away from traditionalism. Thank Christ. And then we can also start shifting away from isolationism. We can't access any markets, but it'd be nice to be able to trade. Like, we'd be open business, but no one would be around us that's willing to buy or sell. So, right, the Laith has been unlocked just as the dye works comes through. So we're going to sit here, do that. Education. The next colonialism thing is Q9, isn't it? Okay, empiricism for the education. We don't really need education access. We need industry. Okay, prospecting and then intensive agriculture. We're lacking now. Yeah, trust me, I know we're lacking logs. Did I create that glass thing? No, I don't think I did. Okay, glassworks. I thought about it, I just never did it. Okay, glassworks, then I'll create more services because we can get covered markets. Go ahead and do this. See if we can shift over to agrarianism. That's a nice border, just keep it like that. Finland is fighting Sweden. Oh, they're trying to... Oh, Sweden's trying to fight against the Russians puppeting them. Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, and there's Turkish aristocratic revolt. Let's do a quick Moroccan GDP check. 2.21, that's okay. Tunis, 1.84. Still part of the Ottoman market. That's going to end with the Tanzimat. I didn't realize it's the Tanzimat that triggers the Ottomans to lose all of their subjects, right? So when they inevitably fail to do the Tanzimat, because it's tricky even for players, it all goes to hell for them. Oh God, France is bordering us now. Let's have the covered markets. I have a cunning plan. My cunning plan has failed. I need to get the industrialists in charge to a degree to move away from isolationism. It's been 4,000 days, this one alone. Because I'm pretty sure if I stop it when there's only one, it'll remove my influence in the area. Maybe I should test it. Don't know why I didn't do that. So if I get rid of this, yeah, it gets rid of my, okay, cool. Just wanted to check. It just also gives it to France. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check that. Because that's why I've been like colonizing despite the fact that it hampers my overall colonization. It's been 4,000 days. The last little vestige left. And in 4 years' time, it will be mine, and I can focus on doing this area. What? Oh, I'm Senegal. Okay, well, let's build a port there, I suppose. Well, actually, it's not going to help because I don't have any market access myself. Like, I've been cut off from everywhere that I could. Maybe Liberia. I go after Liberia. Yeah, we're definitely going after Liberia. Get this area, get Liberia. And then we can get hold of Senegal, because in this province we have iron as well, which you desperately need. And also 72,000 people that I've just lost. They went there looking for a better life, and now they're just surrounded by French people. God, can you imagine? Hopefully no one colonizes the Mandinka. So the Brits are over there. French are over here, and so are the Dutch. The Dutch are trying to colonize crew. 10 battalion? Really? How many do I have? 20. Do you have anything worth taking? 276 population is kind of decent. Livestock ranches, open plantations, stuff's nice. Also, you built a bunch of workshops that you can't function with. Okay. I'm tempted just to nick them. I don't see why I wouldn't. It's a small population, isn't it? Let's conquer Western Mali. Why are you confident? You know something that I don't? Okay, the British are involved, but there's nothing that they could do. So that's fine. Okay, we colonized this area. Oh, the French nicked it from us because they colonized it faster. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Speeds up this colonization quite dramatically. They're going after Mossy as well. Annoying. There we go. We've taken Western Mali. Fortunately, the Brits won't want to make peace because I can't white peace them. I now have a front line with the British. We're pushing into Western Sahara, boys! Let's go! So the advantage of having more population as well is that I can sit here and dramatically increase the rate in which our colonies are created. Alright, we've got intensive agriculture. What do we do next? Mechanical tools, right? Well, although getting some mill tech wouldn't go amiss here. I think in terms of colonization, currency standards will increase our income. We kind of get to the point where that's kind of important. Let's start going down this tree. Need a coastline. So currently it's 2 out of 2, but what I found is that if I match what the private, it seems like a bit of a bug, if I match what the private construction is doing, then I can build it first and their one doesn't get cancelled. And so theoretically this should just create resources out of thin air. A little bit of an exploit, but right now, mate, I need all the help I can bloody get. I'm surrounded by colonial powers and I've got AI aggressiveness set to high. Norway, Sweden has been puppeted by Russia. But there's the Heavenly Kingdom. Oh, I haven't seen them since like the first patch. Nice. Let's see, did it work? It did, 3 out of 2. Oh, downscaled. Okay, it's had a month. All right, it was worth testing. All right, 10 and 15. I think I need to fight you. You have another million people that would be very useful for me. And more importantly, you have logging camps that I need. So I'm gonna fight you soon. In fact, I could fight you now. Alright, see if he can get in the way. I split my force in 2, defending on this front over here, and then I'm just going to rush to his capital. Should be fairly simple for me. We'll lose on this front, but we should win everywhere else first. And you've done your job. Actually defended it as well. Nice. And we've conquered Guinea. Perfect. That gives us loads more logging camps. Do we even need them now? Do we need them anymore? Okay, perfect. Loads of fabric, like ridiculous amounts of fabric. Let's incorporate the territory, but first we need some government administration. I'm building steel right now. I do want to start creating steel tools. We haven't even got any sort of industry to speak of. We do have coal. Okay, it's weird that you have full market access, man. Not gonna lie. To be fair, I did get a port now. And we're gonna need some clippers. Let's get a shipyard. How big is this port? Only one. Actually, do we need a shipyard? No, we don't have any convoys. So why do I need a shipyard? Iron shortage. Okay, let's start creating some iron. Oh, Senegal has iron. Perfect. And I can't believe I didn't do this before. Increase the productivity of both of you. I'm gonna drop down to crude tools first. Get that going. And let's sort out our iron. I have to say, I'm so much more enjoying the patch this time. Versus, oh, perfect balance for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 6. I'm enjoying this patch a lot more than the previous version, which is obviously a great indicator that things have been done right. What the hell? Okay, come on, let's go. You guys, you only have 14 troops. I believe in you. They only wanted to, okay, and France and Britain are supporting them. Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy. Tanzma happened, which means Tunisia's economy will have collapsed. Yeah, been there, done that one. Okay, we have a bit of an iron issue. Fortunately, there's a state right next door. There's a bunch of it. I have upgraded our army, but we're still waiting on arms industries, so Russia started to damage our mutual relations. All right, cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Throw yourselves on their guns, boys. I know I haven't actually, like, you know, given you any weapons, but that's fine. Just keep going. Oh, God, what a mess. Cannot colonize. Oh, because they're in a bloody war against the French. Just pick up their guns once you defeated them, please, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, God, there's another state as well. Designated Guinea is my strategic objective. What a mistake. You gotta go that way. Excellent, we've conquered Liberia. How much iron are we actually missing? Like 90. Yeah, bro, we don't do silk around here. Excellent, atmospheric engine pump. Should jig our economy around a little bit, make it a bit healthier. All right, we're gonna need railways pretty soon. Now, the issue with forming Mali is that we are gonna have to fight the French. I have an idea of how I'm gonna do this. It's not a good idea. Okay, I can do another colony here now. Yeah, so the idea is designate a strategic objective down here, right? And up this coast. get ironclads, because the AI usually doesn't go for ironclads, because they are a heavy investment, and then blitz them. Then I don't have to worry about any army. My navy will just protect me. I think we can definitely get naval parity easier than we can get, you know, army parity, because we've got so much technology to catch up with. Speaking of, our laws up. Oh my god, that's the first time, genuinely the first time in any Victoria 3 game I've ever seen this. They've got a straight border. How's Heavenly Kingdom getting on? That should take a huge chunk of GDP out of you. Okay, let's check the GDP rankings. Britain doing well, France doing well, Austria not skyrocketing. Aww. The days where Austria were just dominant. What the hell is this? Native uprising, that's perfect. It's exactly what we want. All right. Why is there an engine shortage? Who built a railway? We don't have engines. Oh god, what's wrong with you? All right, we have 3 or 4 places required. We just actually, wow, it's way more than I thought. Okay, right. I think it's finally time to get away from isolationism. So I'm gonna start this law. It's been a slow couple of years, sort of generally. Oh, what's that France fighting Portugal? What's it for? Conquer Mozambique. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so the Americans have gotten Alaska, I assume, from it being sold to them. Yeah, we've just generally been vibing, really. I'm starting to ramp up my military now. I sort of sat at a while, just sort of making cash. Our GDP is, I believe, in the top 20. Yep, we're as good as the Dutch East Indies, and Korea better than most around us. Actually, comparable with Prussia, who has slipped out of the great nations rankings. There's only 5 current great powers. Thinking of also heading eastwards to Damgaram, but I'm also very cautious that the French are likely to get involved. So I've sort of been just biding my time. All right, we now have mercantilism. Perfect. And my economy is about to collapse. Does mean we can import and export stuff now. All right, let us export to the French. The Russians is better. All of that juicy, oh god. Okay, that decrees. The sheer quantity of fabric we produce is frankly frightening. Okay, we need a lot more bureaucracy to be able to buy and sell enough. Hopefully this positively impacts our GDP. I think we're prepped for this. Create explosives and use said explosives in the mines. Also, the private sector has been spamming out these stupid arts academies. They've built 9 of them. So, you know, that's great. Also, I keep on building things like this, and then they're just never employed. We have the people for it. Most people are loyal in our state, which is good. I'm very slowly making changes, which I think is a nice change to the base game. You know, prior to this update, that is a horrible looking treaty port. Oh no. First time I've seen that before. And, well, the Tunisian GDP check. They've got 2.64 million, but they are also Spanish. Moroccan GDP check, they're part of the, they've got 5 mil because they're part of the British thing. Oh, perfect. This increases our colonization speed. Always good to see. Very much wedged between 2 great powers here. Also, the reason we're losing this much money is because I have everything set to max and then the lowest amount, so I can flip this around pretty easy. Let's try introducing per capita taxation. That should help us a fair amount in terms of expanding our ability to construct. Mexico still has Arizona. Got a hold of some territory still. It appears Britain is fighting Qing. Winning, or losing, sorry. Qing seems to be... No, Qing is losing. They've lost 214,000 men to the British 20,000. I think that is what constitutes winning. Now, I either need to ally the British to take one of these territories down here in like the Volta, or I ally the French and go after Britain. Yes, I'm wedged between the number 1 and 2 great powers, and I have to fight one of them in order to fulfill my aim of forming Mali. Who knew that being an African nation in the time of the scramble for Africa was rather tricky? GDP is 17, GDP per capita is 18. We're pretty decent as a nation for wood. I kind of want to start importing wood versus ourselves, but we're very much an export-focused economy. Right, shortage of dye, we need 55 more dye. Let's flip it over, start building that. Literally 2 more. We're going to start running out of people soon, which, if you live domestically near this nation, you know that's not great for you. Okay, we're starting to get to the point where the base resources are really helpful. Don't have that much steel. I think we're like basically an industrials nation now, which is nice. Ah, perfect. Dynamite, that's going to help a lot. What are we lacking? Ammunition. What's the munitions plant? What are you suffering from? Lack of lead. How many lead? Oh, we don't have any lead. Oh, man. Why did I not realize that? Do you have lead? Well, found ourselves another colonization target. Right, I'm going to try and put the intelligentsia in charge so that I can do this. Universal suffrage. You start trying to topple the landowners a bit more. I've been doing well in terms of this stuff, he says, as a revolution starts to brew. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm the number 6th best standard living worldwide. Nice. We'll take this. Look at that. The USA has their actual modern day borders. I am very surprised. You could also call them historical borders, I suppose, but that's impressive. I'm really not happy about this Spain situation. We're gonna colonize up through. We're coming, Tunis. Don't worry, buddy. Okay, we've run out of labor pretty much, so I'm gonna start doing this stuff, even though it's not in my financial interest to. We have a lot of money. Railroad, boom. Get railway throughput to try and transition us through this period. And let's switch out the railroads such that they actually produce some of that stuff. Okay, lacking 300. There we go, finally losing money. Oh, right, lead. Can I import lead from anywhere? No. Is there a lead mine available here? There are. Perfect. 1,000 wood. Can I import wood? I can. Perfect. All right, let's import it from the Brits. Also the Portuguese. France starts to damage our relations. Why are there livestock ranches in oh, in the desert? All right, that actually creates the lead that we need for you. So facilitate it, please. Should mean that our barracks are as good as they are gonna get. 54 offense, 64 defense. Pretty sure the French have like 90 and 90, so I don't know how we're gonna beat that. 78, 84. It's not terrible. Well, they have skirmish and shrapnel, and we don't have shrapnel. Well, that'll change things, won't it? Get first aid because we don't need opium. Well, we need opium for this one, but yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay, do you want the agrarians in or the free trade party? Is there an election happening soon? Yes. Okay. Don't want the agrarians in. Yeah, free trade, I suppose. Quite diverse parties here. Imagine only having per capita taxation because you threw every caution to the wind and forced through proportional taxation. We're having a people problem now because we don't have enough. Another 1 million people would be quite useful. And there's next level of... I don't have... I've got peasant levies still. Why do I still have peasant levies? Never got professional army. Usually that's like the first thing I do. Benin. When I subjugate Benin, do I step in? There's literally nothing I can do. Alright, path to liberalism. Let's go communist. Why not? Professional army, excellent. Another one of these. Import some coffee, why not? Let's import fine art for some reason. Go on, my boys! Oh, oh no. Right, we're gonna build a mosque of Jen. Or at least do something to it. I swear that was built. Let me check this. Mosque of Jen. There's like, it's missing an E acute at the end. It's like meant to be an accent. Right, when was it built? 13th century, but the current structure dates from 1907. Okay, because it's been, I guess, like protected a little bit. So what are we doing to it? It gives us education access and that sort of thing. It was weird that people would still, like, sure, back in the day, back in the 13th century, people would be studying in a mosque, but like, well, actually, having said that, in my village, people do still study at mosques. The madrasas, okay, yeah, alright, I'll give it to you. How long have we been colonizing this stupid Timbuktu for? How many people live here now? 624,000. That's more people that live here than, like, Nejd, Oman, Kutai, like, all live in the desert over here. We're actually the 9th largest economy now. We overtook Spain and Belgium. We're behind the Austrians. Oh, Canada's a thing. Well done. Good job, chaps. I'm just trying to get my education access and innovation up. Let me just double check. This is all one. Okay, Senegal is a HQ. Niger's a HQ. Okay, so I want the Senegal HQ. Start modernizing the army. Start building it up. We've got the cash too. We're mounting it up, boys. And it's been many, many years since we sat down and started to reform our economy from scratch. We've got the lead. We have everything we need, really. Oh, we should go ahead and get shrapnel artillery and field hospitals, also here as well. Start to damage our mutual relations. Right, what is wrong with everyone, huh? They see an African starting to modernize, and well, actually, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Get down to cultural exclusion. They've got 342 battalions, 13 arts academies. There's the Great Mosque, more education access. That's a lot of education access, like 25%. Timbuktu is finished. It's an unincorporated state. Just need to nick this off the British somehow. I think it's gonna be a softer target, the British or the French. They have shifted to ironclads. Okay, usually the AI does not do that, so that's something new. Barracks 1665. What about you? Do you have ironclads? Yep, that's my main route expansion gone. That's what I usually do. Oh boy. 84 and 84. I think it is the British. Oh wow, our troops are actually really, really good. Nice. Cultural exclusion. Total separation. Or not. Number 1 standard living worldwide. Always what we're looking for. Better to come live in Timbuktu. Timbuktu is actually one of the nicest places to live on Earth. Come get set up in the desert, chaps. War declared interests. We've just jumped up to an unrecognized major power. What do we declare more interests? More Africa. Expert offensive planner, artillery commander. Sounds good. Probably gonna need 2. Let's get the expert defensive guy as well, but make sure the offensive guy is promoted such that he has the lion's share. Egypt's been taken over by... Oh my god, the British are going all the way around here, look. That's cool. Usually we don't see that. Nice, okay. We also need a navy. We've got 13 flotillas right now. 62 and 62. So whilst we can hold our own, we're not the greatest. I still back us against the European boys as well, you know? Because I can also grab... The armed forces are loyal, so we've got 15%. I think we need to start thinking about it. 82 and 89. If the British have anywhere close to that, we won't do it. Dude, we can beat the Brits. How many troops do they have? 389. We only have 80. No way you can put that all in here, though. No way. Just over to the Ottoman Empire in the ranking. Just thinking, how do I invade Britain? Because if I can get into the capital, I just need to make sure I don't engage the navy, because his navy will beat mine. His navy is better than mine for now. Actually, it's not. But he has a lot more. There's always something else to do. I keep on putting it off, like the actual fight itself, because I'm always like prepping, because I'm slowly creeping up to them. I mean, yeah, he has a GDP of 310 billion. Jesus Christ. What was yours? 200. Okay, that's a lot of GDP. It's quite frankly a horrifying amount of GDP. My own GDP is stalled as a massively militarized. Like, for context, Spain has 105. Oh, that's another update. The Ottomans have 183, and we sit in pretty at 115 with a modern navy. All of whom are incredibly expensive things. Yeah, like mass-producing universities has hugely helped us catch up. That's not on par with, but at least we have some parity. So, let us get torpedo boats. It's going to cost us a lot. It's a lot of shortage of engines. We've got automatic irrigation, which we're now fixing. Right. I'm assuming it's a shortage of lead, right? Yeah, only a little bit. Only 5%. It's fine, we get another one here. How do we go about this? I know, the thing is, I know I've got one shot, because this war will ruin my economy. Because we trade heavily with Britain and France. This war's going to ruin it. I don't know that we have the ability to win it. Another 5 years, and I can definitely win it. Maybe. Because I'm thinking about landing on the British Isles. That's where my head's at in order to win this war. I said that I think that our troops are probably good enough to hold them off. 397. We'd be outnumbered 4-1. Our troops aren't 4-1 better than his. But our generals are good. We've got the highest GDP per capita in the world, which is nice. Oh, the French and the British are fighting. The British are fighting Qing as well. It has to be now, surely. Right, okay. We're doing it. Romantic play. Wait, hang on. We can declare more interests. Let's declare interest in England. We can declare a bunch of interests. The entirety of Africa. That also Spain. Okay, we've got to get them down to below cordial. Great Britain's not going to be such a good place to live in a sec. Hordes of Mali troops. Well, we're not Mali yet. You have to recognize us as well. Qing are over here fighting. And give you war reps. I want Sierra Leone and in Mauritania. Christ. It's a lot of mobilized divisions, that. Okay, with this general, our offense and defense is kind of ridiculous. He's advancing as well, so we... Jesus, it's a bit of a grind, isn't it? I think we're just about going to win. Yeah, we're going to win that. Man's lost. Come on. It's the desert. Well, how is a white dude no better than you? What do you mean mud? It's the desert. There's no mud here. Muddy conditions. Raiding the Bay of Biscay. Well, that sucks. There's not much I can do about it. This morale is staying high. 141 because of aggressive maneuver. Jesus. Our GDP growth like really stopped because I hard focused on Miltech. Might also be worth noting that I don't think I ever banned slavery. Yep, we can still debt slavery. Maybe I should ban slavery. Strategic objective here. Thank you. British Congo. No! Get out of my continent! Still loyal, right? Everyone's loyal. The Algerians, no. Come on, chaps. It's kind of a brutal war, this. Mainly on my PC. The game is really slowed down. Okay, we banned slavery. We also got 5 army defense and kill rate. Britain actually starting to slip below its possible war support. The enemy controls 100% of their war goals. Bro, one of them is war reparations and to recognize me. I don't know how that plays into it. And the French are also fighting them. It's not a good day to be Britain. Yeah, well, to be fair, they're not. Well, they are losing against the Qing. What do they want? British war reparations. They're going to be paying a lot of money. There we go. Start pushing them back, chaps. I've only got one army here because you might be thinking, where's the other army? I'll show you in just a second. Oh, it's back and forth. 141 offense. Oh, this one's going to be close. Okay, we've got what? Why is it only 44? I've been training up my name for this entire thing, but like, you only got 20 ships? What? 1740. Why is it 44? Oh, it was defense. Yeah, you've got horrible defense. We're only landing 19 troops because I didn't think they'd actually get through. I was going to make a funny joke about like how these guys are heroes, but instead they're not landing. So I get to make the joke. Oh, these guys are heroes. All right, well, in which case, let's raid convoys over here. Let's get rid of the supply. Oh my God, that's a lot of troops. Dude. Just lose it quickly. Lose it quickly. 5, 4, yeah, lose it. Just lose it. Chaps, we need you on the front lines here. They're already my convoys. My plan is to build more convoys. We got the money for it, so why don't we? Okay, we just gotta hold on, chaps. We just gotta hold on to what we have. We'll win, but we just gotta hold. That's seeming increasingly unlikely. This guy's stats are insane. Expert artillery command, it's plus 15 offense, and then he combines it with plus 30% offense there. Don't know how he became a woodland expert, considering, you know, the terrain. I'm not sure how Britain has supplies. I'm raiding the hell out of this this port. I don't see where he'd be getting his supplies from. Well, that works. All right, excellent. Does that mean... Just, okay, we can go ahead and form Mali. We did it. We formed Mali. Oh, man, and we will recognize we're now a major power. We could become a great power if we overtake the Russians, which, to be honest, we might be able to do given the sheer quantity of money that we make. A lot of that coming, thankfully, from the British, making us 138k. Our issue is going to be population. Oh, but that, I think, is where we'll leave it for today. I had wanted to fight the... What the... I was so excited I formed Mali. What did you do? What? What? Is that like an event or a decision? You just took back your empire? What the hell is your GDP? It's 96 million. That happened recently. What the? Well, that's a video idea for me. Right. Well, congratulations for Spain for winning this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Otherwise, chaps, I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Huge shout out to our patrons, most notably Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Zhalmi, Lewis Wright, Nichols Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Whilst you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.